Review time. How's it going, everybody? This is your pal Fleetsin, and my mic is not close to me. Anyway, welcome to my next review. Now you're wondering, after Dark Cloud, where else can we go from here? There's a lot of places we could go. Mostly when I do my streams, I do my games in random order, which I call the fortune cookie, inspired from Proton John stuff. Which, if you ever seen Proton John, if you at least have not seen his streams, I recommend watching his streams. He's just a chill dude ever, and that's one thing I like about watching Let's Plays and stuff. I like watching chill dudes, like True Canadian Gamer. There's so many good people out there, you know? But in any case, I'm here for review, and that game is none other than probably one of the first PS2 games I've ever played. I enjoyed it back then, and I was really nostalgic about really wanting to play it again once I saw it on Amazon. And that is Jak and Daxter. It even has a little thing here where, you know, like it was bought at a store or something like that. The guy, okay. Usually professional reasons, I totally would use like a title card here, but I do want to take some time to really say this real quick. This guy who sold this to me, I think his name was, let me see if I can actually look at the case here. Here it is, I think. Nope, it's actually not on the card. Let me see if I remember his name. I think it's called Kilimanjaro something or another. I kept on getting Amazon spamming me saying like, "Can you give me feedback, man? I need that feedback. Man, I need that feedback, man. Come on." You know? It even says on the card, "Thank you for your order. Would you please take a moment to reward my efforts by leaving a positive feedback to give me a perfect 5-star. I didn't give him a perfect 5-star. I gave him a 4 because of I rate the product, not his thing to send in it, even though that's pretty good of him to do that. Any case, if you want to check him out on Amazon, feel free to do so. Any case, now we're gonna do hit it. Hit the title card, please. So you want the entire plot of Jak and Daxter in a nutshell? I'll put it here basically simple. There was a boy named Jak and another guy named Daxter. They disobey the great green sage who's trying to find the secrets of the precursors by going to this misty island full of lurkers, which are basically bad guys, just nasty, monstery blah. And you meet these two mysterious guys who are the head of the lurkers being like, "We're gonna take over the world!" And so they sneak in, mess around with some precursor things. Jak ends up activating this one keg, throws it like a boss, and knocks Daxter into the pool of dark eco. Now, just a little one-on-one for, you know, your pal Fleets and what eco is. Eco is like the form of energy, the form of life, and each one represents a power that you have in the games. You have the force, the life force, which is the green eco. You have the force of movement, which is the blue eco. Then you have the force of strength, which is the red eco. And then you got the yellow eco, which I don't know what's the force of, but I think it has to do something with shooting, because my goodness, you shoot like crazy in that game. And dark eco is the force of destruction. And Daxter fall in. He did, man. He did. He's so dead. I know he's so dead. I'm sorry, he's so dead. No, in fact, he survives, but he is forever changed into a... What is he? What is he? Is he a weasel? A ferret? Hold on. Let me see if there's anything in here. Let me check the manual for once. Let me check the guys, this is not a manual. What is this? What? This is not a manual. How am I supposed to find out what he is? What? What the? Oh my god. One thing interesting about the PS2 version of Jak and Daxter, or at least I think for some copies, or all copies, it comes with not a manual, but a map. We're gonna find the treasure. Actually, I don't think there is any secrets or treasures on this, rather than tells you some things. Well, the manual doesn't say what exactly it is. However, with the power of Wikipedia, or the power of Wiki, we find out he's an ottsel, which we'll find out way later, way later, which we will not talk about for now. The only thing we need to know, he's an ottsel. That's good. That's good to me. That's good to me. So Daxter's not pleased for the fact that he's an ottsel now. And the Great Sage's like, you should have gone to that island, you punks! Now we had to go find Cole Acheron, the master of Dark Eco, the master of destruction. And you have to do it on your own because this is an adventure game and I'm too old for your crap. So that's where you let off. With a minor training session, Jak and Daxter go on their big adventure. This is where your adventure begins. The whole game is it reminds me a lot of Banjo-Kazooie in a way, where you basically go around collecting these Precursor orbs and Powercells. Now these are very important because without Powercells, you cannot traverse to the next area. Because in order to go to the next area, you have to collect the right amount of Powercells to power up the machine, to power up the A-Graph Zoomer, to basically act like Mario 64 and collect Power Stars. While Precursor orbs are more like currency in the game, where you can trade these Precursor orbs in for traversing further in levels or even trading them in for even more Powercells. And it makes you wonder, hey, what if I'm not into this adventure thing? What if I get lost real easily? That's one thing there's the guides for. Not like guides, not like strategy guides, but more of like when you pause the menu, there's actually a quest thing that says, hey, you can get this Powercell by doing this thing or doing this other thing. Some of them will not actually show you the secrets, which you may have to find yourself. I'll talk about that later, because there's one in particular I want to talk about. Not now. It's gonna be frustrating. Throughout Jak and Daxter's adventure, he will pass through 3 main areas of the game, including the final area. Those areas are the Sandover Village, where you start your adventure, the Rock Village, where the entire place is getting wrecked by this one giant lurker, the third area, which is the volcanic crater, somewhat peaceful despite it being in a freaking volcano, and the final area being Goals and Maya Citadel, which, by the way, I'm gonna throw some big spoilers in there. Not really too big spoilers because you could probably already guess this out. This has already been a couple years, but in case if you really don't want any spoilers, feel free to click on this time if you do. If not, then I'm sorry. Just feel free to watch and feel free to enjoy the spoiler. As you visit both the Rock Village and the Volcanic Crater, there's supposed to be other sages that you're supposed to meet, like the Blue Sage and the Red Sage, but they're nowhere to be found. Actually, they look like they got jumped, beat down, and thrown to the side. Like, except for they're not even there at the side. What happened to them? Well, we found out in the Volcanic Crater that both Goal and Maya are the bad guys. What? Apparently, Goal and Maya are not happy with this world, so they want to access the Dark Eco so that they can change the world in their image. And what? No, dude, this is not an incestuous joke. This is not an incestuous joke. No, Mr. Hat, no! Well, in any case, you have the final area. And the final area, to be honest, is actually pretty easy despite Volcanic Crater's massive difficulty spike when it comes to platforming. And it's very simple. You just free all the sages and you face the final boss. Now, me as a kid, I probably would have thought this would have been really difficult, but it's actually not. And actually, with all the sages' powers combined together, it actually forms the White Eco, which is an eco untold or ever. We didn't even know anything about White Eco. And once you get the White Eco, you save the day. Well, not really save the day. Not really well, you probably did save the world, but looks like Daxter's never going to be turned back because we just straight up killed the guy that Daxter needed to become human again. But oh well. As he says, big things come from small packages. Oh god, I'm becoming more like Mr. Hat. And the adventure is over. However, there is one little thing we have to do in order to get the special best ending in the whole universe. And that is to open the Precursor door at the very end of the game. And in order to collect or get the special ending, you have to get all the Powercells in the game. 100 Powercells! Now you might think that's a bit difficult, but it isn't really hard, except for the one Powercell you have to get by exiting the cave of spiders. the spider cave. Let me just clarify that in order to get this, you have to go and get yellow eco, full powered up from the spider cave, travel all the way back to the entrance of the spider cave, jump up a couple platforms, and shoot a box. I spent 30 minutes to an hour on that. In fact, I'm just gonna let it throw a reel of my rage towards it. Oh my god, finally! Finally! Ah! Finally! Finally! Ah! It was really frustrating. It was probably my worst experience in Jak and Daxter I've ever had. Despite that, it was okay. It was pretty good. I enjoyed Jak and Daxter, especially towards the ending of the game. The doors open. You look at it, you see the beautiful glow, and then suddenly, nothing happens. You only see the title of the game. They left you with the biggest cliffhanger in the world. Why would they do this? Why? Why would they do this? I don't understand why they... Ah! It would be nice if they would have gave us something. You know, showing a new area that would be shown off in the next game. Or at least something. Don't give us nothing. And of course they will give us something in Jak 2. Which, I don't know I'm going to be continuing right up for this one. I probably should, but we'll see in the future. Overall, Jak and Daxter was a real fun experience, and I recommend it to anyone who loves platforming and just wants to enjoy an adventure style game. Well, that's all I can say about Jak and Daxter. It is by far a recommended game. I wouldn't say it has my seal of my seal on it, but in either case, if you feel like going for it, I say sure, go ahead. It's definitely good. It's a bit too old for its time. Maybe the controls are so better optimized in the HD version on the PS3. I don't know, because I never played anything on the PS3. Maybe one day. In any case, this is your pal Fleets in. This is going on the shelf, and I shall see you in the next review. Thank you. Farewell.